We recently had the Bid Battles RNG update, and I decided it's time to finally build up potato industries, and this is how I did it. And before we begin, if you like this speed build, please consider liking and subscribing for more videos. We start off with probably the most important part, which is just clearing out the floor. I mean, you can see there's a bunch of fences, which I'm giving here to Zombie. There's walls, cake safes, luck potions. I just need them gone. And that's when you start placing down the red carpets. This is going to be all the corridors that you can obviously walk in. Here, obviously, we're starting to build up some of the offices. This is the office of the temporary manager. I won't reveal who the actual manager is as of now. But it's just start getting these structure in so that we can slowly and surely get to decorating. Here I got a little bit confused because I didn't know whether I preferred one laser fence or two, but in the end I did go with two fences because I just feel like you've got more space for the treasury there, and I think it just looks better. Anyways, more red carpets coming here now, just obviously getting more structure into the office section of the build, and finally building up the front of the treasury. Just colouring it in basic colours, black and white, something simple. And then more carpets, trying to link in everything, so it's obviously just more connected. Walls, windows coming into Martian's office over here, as I had to adjust the size a little bit, so it's the same as my office on the other side. Here we're just doing more colouring, nothing too special, and yeah, that's it for now. As you can see, just more carpets there, finishing the connection, building up more rooms, because the more rooms the better realistically. Adding some signage to show me in the future what room goes where. And this is where we got to the bad section, the conference room. Honestly, this was a pain to make, because I don't know, when you try to curve something, the wall specifically, they don't connect, and I just don't like it that they don't connect properly. So it was really tedious. I initially wanted to do it, but then I got bored, so I started just making this little employee break room to get my mind off the stupid curves. It's so annoying to work with the curves. So I just made this little employee break room whilst I'm waiting. Then we got Ducky here coming in clutch with a new worker. You can see we're struggling here to try to offset it. So. And I mean, the slime just doesn't want to sit on the chair, so what we do is we actually just trade him, and instead of the slime, as seen right now in the video he's given us, we're actually getting a boombot. I think that's what they're called. And we're actually currently keeping the boombot in the store, and as you can tell, this one's way easier to offset. I mean, probably because of the legs, but I feel like it's mainly just the smaller size of it. We've got Zombie here coming in clutch with a bunch of colour changing walls, which will be needed just for the store in general, especially for the conference room. Yeah, so here I returned to the conference room, and I mean, I wanted Zombie's opinion here because I didn't know whether it was too big or too small. And in the end, I initially wanted to keep it on the curve, but as you can see, it's so tedious to keep adjusting every single wall because it's not on the grid snap. I don't know how it works, it's annoying, but I decided to stick with it for now until I realised that the room would be uneven otherwise, because I wouldn't keep the walls on the same side, on the same like parallel line as the others. So instead I go for this little compromise, which is tucking the window in a little bit and keeping walls overlapping it. That way we've still got the curvy shape we wanted for the conference room, but it actually doesn't have to. I don't have to go through like the whole process of like all the grid snaps, like oof. And here we're actually, as you can see, we're actually finishing off the room, and it's got a decent size, which is nice for all the conferencey bits. I decided to maybe think instead of walls to cut into the window, we just use more windows, and I think that looked way better than having a wall, then a few windows in the middle for the sides. I don't know though. And there we've got the huge wall there for the 20x15 as I'm putting in now. And here we go, we've got the cake safe out, and we're getting Zombie to come stand on a safe for us. Whilst we try to offset this, and then I realise a cake safe is way too small. So I go to Martian's office and I steal a Mega Gem safe from him. I've not told him yet, and I hope he's not too mad. But even now, we still need cake safes to stack to get Zombie on higher, because you just can't lift them up, these 20x15s up. As you can see, it's a tedious process, a bit annoying. But once you do it, you do get a really nice effect. Obviously, you just got the 20x15 hanging on the wall there. Zombie says, "Oh, I think it's too much to the left." I honestly did not want to do it again. But Zombie then realised it's really bugging him, and we did it again. So, yeah, so we grabbed the Mega Gem Safe from Martian again, some cake safes just to stack on, and it was more central. He's still saying, "No, it's too much to the right," and I said, "No, we're not doing it like that," and we just stop. And here we're actually doing the actual conference table. So we're using these wooden 2 tables, I think, and I'm doing some measurements, so it's central. And we just grab them and just add more tables to it. So it just looks like we've got a grand, long table in the centre of the room. We also add a little desk for someone who's presenting or whatever. And then we're adding obviously the chairs for all the different roles. We've got the CEO, the co-CEO, treasurer, stuff like that. And I like what I do is that I got our little plant manager there, Erin, and we got Zombie here being the co-CEO to pick their seats first, because that's like the nice thing to do. And then obviously there's my seat there, and I decided to actually add specific items to each table. There's me adding a throne to Man and Zombie's offices. I added an item beside each laptop to show like who's sitting where. Obviously the items will be changed later. This is just a temporary thing, but it's just there. So I know in the moment. It's just basic design for now, but it's there just so I know that I'm covering up a little gap between the conference room and the break room. And I wanted to make a little effect where like the gnomes are like little builders, which I think is pretty cool, like making it under construction. Maybe I'll do something there in the future, maybe not, I actually have no clue. Now, I hated this part. I tried just using a bunch of plans, it was not working, so I decided why not, I'll finish the reception off for this video. And I'll tell you what, I do want to hear your thoughts in the description, in the comments. But I do feel this is a nice little cozy reception area. Anyways, that will be it for the first video after Return to Bid Battles content creation after many years. I hope you guys like my video, and I hope to see you guys again. Bye bye.